Hey everyone! Today we're diving into the incredible journey of one of the most iconic singer-songwriters of our time, Taylor Swift. From her early days in country music to her massive pop hits and beyond, let's take a look at the key aspects of her life and career. Get ready to sing along to some of your favorite Taylor Swift tunes, because we're about to break down her evolution from a teenage country darling to a global pop sensation. So buckle up, Swifties and music lovers, it's going to be a wild ride. Picture this, 2006. A time when flip phones were all the rage and social media was just starting to take off. You're cruising around, windows down, listening to the radio. The air is filled with the excitement of new beginnings and endless possibilities. And bam, this song comes on. Tim McGraw, you're hooked instantly. It's like nothing you've ever heard before, yet it feels so familiar. That, my friends, was Taylor Swift's grand entrance into our lives. A young girl with a guitar and a dream, ready to take on the world. At just 16 years old, Taylor released her self-titled debut album, and it was like a breath of fresh air. Her voice, her lyrics, everything about her was captivating. Her songs, like Teardrops on My Guitar and Our Song, perfectly captured those bittersweet teenage emotions, the ones that make you want to dance and cry at the same time. It was as if she was speaking directly to our hearts. She was writing about the things we were all going through, but with this honesty and vulnerability that was just so relatable. It was like she was putting our own thoughts and feelings into words. Taylor's sound was undeniably country, but there was this pop sensibility that hinted at the musical chameleon she would become. She was blending genres in a way that was fresh and exciting. She was winning over country music fans left and right, but it was clear from the start that Taylor was destined for something even bigger. Her appeal was universal, her talent was undeniable, and her work ethic, legendary. She was constantly honing her craft, always striving to be better. She was touring non-stop, connecting with fans and pouring her heart and soul into every performance. Her dedication was inspiring, and the awards? They started rolling in faster than you could say fearless. It was clear that the world was taking notice of her incredible talent. CMA Awards, ACM Awards, even a Grammy nomination for Best New Artist. The accolades were piling up, and it was just the beginning. Taylor Swift was officially a force to be reckoned with. Her star was rising and there was no stopping her. But this was just the beginning, folks. The best was yet to come. Taylor Swift was on her way to becoming a global phenomenon, and we were all along for the ride. Okay, so we all knew Taylor was a talented songwriter, right? But did we ever imagine just how far she would go? With Fearless and Speak Now, she took her songwriting to a whole new level, crafting stories that resonated with millions. These albums were filled with massive sing-along anthems and heart-wrenching ballads that cemented her status as a songwriting powerhouse. Songs like Love Story and Mine became anthems for a generation. I mean, who didn't blast You Belong With Me at their school dances or cry their eyes out to Back to December? These tracks were the soundtrack to our lives. Don't be shy, I did too. We all have those memories tied to her songs. And then came 2012. And the release of Red. This was a pivotal moment in her career. This album was a game changer. It showcased her versatility and willingness to experiment with different genres. It was like Taylor took all those country roots and wove them into this vibrant tapestry of pop, rock, and even a little bit of dubstep. It was a bold move that paid off. I Knew You Were Trouble and We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together became instant classics, dominating the charts and our playlists. And let's be real, we were all saying this, sick, beat, for months. It was a cultural moment, but the real turning point, the moment Taylor fully embraced her pop superstardom, was with 1989. This was her declaration of independence from her country roots. This album was a full-on pop explosion, and it was glorious. It was a celebration of everything pop music could be. Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, Bad Blood. These songs were everywhere, and for good reason. They were catchy, they were empowering, and they were expertly crafted. They showed the world that Taylor Swift could do anything she set her mind to. She was redefining what it meant to be a pop star. She was no longer just a country star, she was a global pop icon. Her journey from country darling to pop princess was complete, and the world was watching. Now let's talk about what truly sets Taylor apart, her songwriting. This woman can weave a story like no other. I mean, she's basically the Shakespeare of our generation. Okay, maybe that's a bit much, but you get the point. Her lyrics are so vivid, so detailed, it's like you're living these stories right alongside her. She can capture the butterflies of a first crush with Love Story, the gut-wrenching pain of Heartbreak with All Too Well, and let's be real, we all have our theories about who that one's about, and the cozy nostalgia of a lost love with Cardigan. And the thing is, she doesn't shy away from the tough stuff. She writes about insecurity, about doubt, about the messy realities of life and love. And that's what makes her music so relatable, so powerful. Taylor's songs have this incredible ability to transport you back to a specific moment in time, to make you feel every emotion with this raw intensity. She's not just singing words, she's sharing pieces of her soul. And that's a rare and precious gift. She's given a voice to the voiceless, made us feel seen and understood in ways we didn't even know we needed. And that's the mark of a true artist. Chapter 4: Breaking Records and Barriers. Taylor's Triumphs. Alright, let's talk about the accolades, because Taylor's trophy cabinet must be bursting at the seams. We're talking 12 Grammy Awards and counting, making her one of the most awarded artists in Grammy history. She's also the only artist ever to win Album of the Year 3 times for 3 different albums: Fearless 1989 and Folklore. Talk about making history. And it's not just the Grammys. Taylor's racked up American Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards, MTV Video Music Awards, you name it, she's probably won it. She's broken records left and right, sold out stadiums worldwide, and inspired countless aspiring artists. But beyond the awards and the achievements, Taylor's impact goes far beyond the charts. She's a cultural phenomenon. Her fans, the Swifties, are some of the most dedicated and passionate fans in the world. They dissect her lyrics, create elaborate theories, and show up in droves to support her music. Taylor's also used her platform to advocate for artists' rights, gender equality, and LGBTQ+ rights. She's not afraid to speak her mind and use her voice to make a difference. And that's what makes her such an inspiring role model. Chapter 5: Life Imitates Art. Taylor's Personal Journey. Now, one of the things that makes Taylor's music so compelling is its deeply personal nature. She's never been afraid to draw inspiration from her own life, from her high-profile relationships to her personal struggles. Remember those early songs about teenage love and heartbreak? Yeah, those were basically ripped from the pages of Taylor's own diary. As she's grown and evolved, so has her music. We've seen her navigate the ups and downs of fame, the scrutiny of the media, and the complexities of love and loss. And through it all, she's invited us along for the ride, sharing her vulnerabilities and triumphs with this raw honesty that's both refreshing and relatable. From the bittersweet nostalgia of 15, to the mature reflections on love and loss in Red, and the fierce independence of Reputation, Taylor's music has become a soundtrack to our lives, a reflection of our own experiences. She's shown us that it's okay to be vulnerable, to embrace our emotions, and to find strength in our stories. And that's a powerful message, especially for young people trying to navigate the complexities of life and love. Chapter 6: Shaking Up the Industry, Taylor's Fight for Artists' Rights. Now, Taylor's not just a talented musician, she's also a savvy businesswoman who's not afraid to stand up for what she believes in. Her journey in the music industry has been marked by her relentless pursuit of fairness and justice for artists. She's been incredibly vocal about artists' rights, particularly when it comes to streaming services and fair compensation for musicians. Taylor has used her platform to highlight the struggles that many artists face in the digital age. Remember when she pulled her entire music catalog from Spotify back in 2014? That decision wasn't just about her own music, it was a statement about the value of all artists' work. That was a bold move, a power play that sent shockwaves through the music industry. It forced many to reconsider how streaming services were compensating artists. She argued that artists deserved to be fairly compensated for their work, and that streaming services needed to do better. Her stance was clear: the music industry needed to evolve to support its creators. And you know what? She had a point. Her arguments resonated with many, and her actions inspired other artists to speak out as well. Taylor's actions sparked a much-needed conversation about the value of music in the digital age, and her willingness to stand up for herself and her fellow artists earned her even more respect. She became a symbol of empowerment for many in the industry. And then there's the whole re-recording saga. This was another chapter in her fight for control over her own work. After a very public dispute over the ownership of her master recordings, Taylor decided to take matters into her own hands. She wasn't going to let anyone else dictate the terms of her legacy. She started re-recording her first 6 albums, giving fans the opportunity to support her and own versions of her music that she had creative control over. This move was both a business strategy and a personal statement. It was a brilliant move, a way to reclaim her narrative and ensure that her artistic legacy remained in her hands. Taylor Swift's fight for artists' rights continues to inspire and challenge the music industry to do better. Outrow, a legacy of music and empowerment. And there you have it, folks. Taylor Swift's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Whether you're a longtime Swiftie or just discovering her music, there's no denying her impact on the music industry and pop culture. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song or album? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.